What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dan in the building. We'll let that be known sports. We back, man, with another thriller, man. Our Cowboys finally pulled off a win, man, against the Washington Commanders, man. 34-26, man. In a win that we didn't need. And we're gonna talk about it. Here's my co-host.
What's going on, fam, man? Go ahead and grab yourself something to drink, sit back, relax, and let that be known. Sports. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Man, it's a tragic Sunday, man. It's the delusion train with the fans are back on, man.
It never fails. Never fails.
We watched the Washington. It does not feel good. Dude, we won for nothing. Winning at this point only hurts the team. Right now, we have to start thinking about next year. Our playoff chances are shot. If you think that we're going to go to the playoffs with Cooper Rush, and you think that we're going to win anything with Cooper Rush, you're sadly mistaken. It isn't like our defense is elite. Now, they were pretty good today. I will give them props there. They really slowed their run game down, which gave Washington fits. Um, I think Rico Dowdle was getting like 4.5 yards a pop. Um,
4.4.
that really kept our offense. That really kept our offense going. That really helped Cooper Rush out. When you're getting 4.5 yards a pop, that means you're going to be in a lot of manageable third downs. Now, our coach was messing it up for us because he kept calling run plays on 31.
Bruh.
This was the game where it was, let's see who can make less mistakes. That's who's going to win. Both teams was trash. Washington, I told y'all from the beginning of the season when everybody was on the Washington train, you guys are frauds, just like Dallas. You're trash. If you was as good as they say you was, there's no way we walk out of there with that victory. But you guys are just as undisciplined as we are. And I see that Dan Quinn's defense, the defense we used to complain about, can't stop the run. That's Dan Quinn's defense. Giving up big explosive plays when you don't need to. That's Dan Quinn's defense. Undisciplined. Dan Quinn's defense. Now they are optimistic defense because they will, take chances and get some turnovers. That's one thing that Dan Quinn is really, really good at, taking the ball away. But it's also to a detriment because the team be so busy trying to take the ball away and they forget to tackle.
Yeah.
But Dallas got into it, man, and won one on the road, man, and we're gonna really get into some of the players, man. I don't know who 31 was. This is my first time ever hearing about him. Have you heard about him?
No, man. I think he's more of a practice squad player that got called up.
See,
Um,
this is what I'm talking about. This is bad coaching. How do you not know that you got a gym? We could have been using this boy at the beginning of the season. Like they was literally targeting him. They was literally not going towards Bland purposely. When they would drop back and throw, they was literally just targeting him all game. And he did more than held his own,
uh,
especially for his first start. This is why we have to play for next year because Because if you can have a year where you can have Bland, you can have Trayvon Diggs, you can have Jordan Lewis, and whoever this 31 cat is, you can have a pretty good secondary. Only thing that's going to hinder us in the secondary is Donovan Wilson. He's still out there. He made a good play of punching the ball out,
Man,
but boy, he is atrocious. He's atrocious. Michael Parsons got a sack today. Um,
yeah,
it was good to see him get a sack. He helped out in the run game. I'll give him props on that. Um, Number 30, I don't know who he is, but is that Wanye Thomas? Is
Wanye
Wanye
Thomas.
Thomas 30?
I've
He
been
only
wanting
be on the
him.
field.
What?
He only be on the field, especially in critical down. He gave up that 2 point conversion. All he had to do was set the edge. Anybody know if you're the furthest on the outside and the play is coming your way and you see the play coming, you're taught early. We learned this in Pop Warner football. You want to turn that defender back inside. It's called setting the edge, which is why you see Michael Parsons go ballistic on it because that play could have been easily prevented. You could have easily stopped it because you would have turned him right back into Michael Parsons. All he do is just a simple thing. Instead of him doing that, he tries to cut back inside and gets himself blocked. Like those are plays like that could be prevented, and those plays are low IQ plays, and those kind of players you just can't have on the field because those plays that ain't got nothing to do with coaching. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They got something to do with you and your ability to process. I know Mike Zimmer. I know Mike Zimmer is telling his players to set the edge.
And
But
he
they had this man. This was a letdown game, man.
and he was the one, instead of him uh down in the ball, he the one that ran it in for the tutty.
Dummy. When I seen him, cause I seen the way he was looking, cause he was when I seen him on the kickoff, he was doing all this. When I seen him doing all this, he was shaking his hand. I said, this fool want to run it back. And I was hoping, I said, man, I hope they kick it to one of our receivers out there, either Tolbert or CeeDee Lamb. And sure enough, that kicker kicked it right to the middle. And he broke on the ball so hard, and he was out of there. And
With
teammates
this
is telling him to go
go down.
down, go down. And he hauling. And Washington, they after him. They trying to get him. And Mike McCarthy kind of looking like, whose idiot
He
is
looked to the
this?
special team coach. He's like, "What's going on with your play? What's going on
Yeah,
with
like
Buddy?"
why is he out here? Fossil looking like
Like,
I
this is
tell
not
him
what
to
we
go
call.
down. And this is why I say, like, does he have potential? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But those kind of players hurt your team because they do not play winning football. Winning football will be to catch the ball, go down. Because anything can happen. What if you trip and fall and lose the ball? What if somebody come behind you, punch it out?
Let's run the ball
Like
out. Let's
anything
run the
can
clock out.
happen. Fall, so the offense come out there, take a simple knee, game over. But you do
Facts.
plays like that where accidents are waiting to happen. It's been happening all game. Like
All
anything
game.
that could have went wrong in this game, it went wrong.
This was an ugly
Block
game.
field goal, block punt. Like on both sides of the ball, both teams had it was just nasty. And that's the last thing you want to see, especially with a game like this. You do not want to see a player do something as idiotic as this. That's why I said what I said. Like you just can't have players like that on the field. Like when you watch winning football teams, they players do not do that. They don't do
And
that. They play with smarts and IQ.
and I give you one more. I'll do you one better that you can't have on this field. And he's a rookie. And that's Tyler Gotton, number 60, that left tackle. The amount of penalties,
That nigga real trash.
the amount of penalties he got alone by himself.
He, how do
I'm
you
co-
line up off
offside.
sides
You're on the line. You're a
consecutively?
lineman.
You, you're a lineman. Like the ball is right here.
Here.
Like how are you off sides? Not once, not twice, 3 times.
More than that,
They keep telling you your feet is behind the
behind
center.
the
Your
center. You
feet is
can't be
behind the
behind the
center.
center.
You cannot do it. And you continue.
Nah, man, that that guy's garbage, man. I At first I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt with him being a rookie, man, but that man killed drives. He literally killed drives.
And who they have in today, we need to roll with them because them boys blocking.
Hey,
Cooper Rush, no sacks.
hey,
And we
talk
rush for
about it.
4.5 yards a pop.
Talk about it.
Zach, we love you. Good night. Because it was a difference.
There's some push
Because we
there.
haven't been able to run the ball against anybody. And then we've been having multiple sack games every game. And to
All
not
year.
to come in and not give up a sack, especially against a Dan Quinn's defense who's known for pressure, speaks volumes. Even Terrence Steele, big lazy rascal, was keeping them out of there. And they got some
He
pretty
can
good
go.
pass rush. I know because they came from Dallas.
He can go though. I ain't buying that. I
and
ain't
and
not
this is
buying
what I
that.
want to tell. This is Cowboy fans. Look at me. I'm looking right at you. While you're rejoicing, this Cowboys win. These are the kind of wins that keeps Mike McCarthy in place. You want the season to go down the drain so that you can have a better draft pick and you can get a new head coach. But if these jokers play football, they're going to hang it up that, hey, we were just injured. Let's run it back. We have that type of owner. So you're celebrating this win. We have an owner. We have seen him do this before. This is not outside of his character. He will do crazy stuff like this. He will have a bum of a season and he won't change anything. We seen him do it. You know how many times we went 8-8 with Jason Garrett and he just kept running it back? He did that for almost 10 years. Come on, guys. Like, we got to be logical. I like to win too, but I also have to use logic. Us winning does nothing but hurt us. Guys, we're not going to make it to the playoffs.
Guys,
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
we're not. We're about Team Tank. That's what we're about. Today it didn't help. Um, yeah, the fan part of me, yeah, we always like wins, but at the same time, we're looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at the macro view. Macro view is let's get a top five pick. That's
Facts.
macro view.
That will help your team.
That's helping your team because right now, mm-mm,
Top five pick can come in day one and help.
and help.
and produce.
Yeah, don't let this game today fool you. You just Washington couldn't score the ball. Uh, they were who we thought they were. They front runners.
Well, some of y'all thought they were good, but this
There's
podcast
a
here
lot of them that thought them were
what
good.
kept giving you the truth. That's what I'm saying. They kept hyping up Washington as if they are the thing to beat. And I told them, I said they're not going to be Philly, and I said they're not going to be Dallas. And this was before Dallas had all the injuries. Like this before everybody had went out. Now, had I knew everybody was out, I probably would have picked Washington. I'm not gonna lie to you because we're missing everybody. But they couldn't even beat an injury riddled Cowboys team. Dude, we're missing Dak. We're missing Brandon Cooks, DeMarcus Lawrence. Trayvon Diggs was out.
We
Like, dude,
literally
we
just
missing a
got Bland back today. Literally.
Bland just came back today. Nealon just came back today, and he was on the snap count thing.
D Law
Like, he just came
still
back
out.
today. D-Law still out. Like, we have a lot of big contributors. Zach Martin out. Tyler Smith out. Tyler Smith is probably your best lineman. He's not there.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not oblivious to our situation. Yeah, with a healthy team, could we probably made a wild card? Probably. We probably could have pushed for a wild card with a healthy team, had everybody been here. But with a team like this, you need everything to go right, which is including health, and that didn't go right for us this season. When
Facts.
you have a coach like we have, you know, like today, the players won that game. Like it wasn't nothing about coaching. The players won that. The offensive line was moving people about the line, like Turpin making plays. That
Well,
kick
you see that
return he
Euro
had,
still. You see that.
that that's special. That spin, like that's special. Like, but you have a coach who don't even know how to utilize that speed. There's no reason we shouldn't be taking the tops off of defenses with a guy with that type of speed, with Tyreek Hill X speed. He has speed like Tyreek Hill. That if he gets out loose, there's no catching him. And you can't even utilize him besides a jet sweep and a bubble screen.
He had the top speed this year, 22 miles
All
an hour,
season.
and we can't find a way to utilize that.
And we can't threaten teams with it. Teams should be afraid when Dallas line up offensively because you have a guy like that. And then when you get back a guy like Brandon Cooks, you got two guys who can really go. Teams should be afraid. They should have them safeties deep.
Facts. Facts.
You have these things, or you have this the coaching um that's really in the way. Now I like Mike Zimmer. I like Mike Zimmer. Um, he hasn't been perfect, this year, but I do like his philosophy. His philosophy is sound defense. That's his philosophy. He don't preach takeaways. He doesn't preach a lot of exotic stuff. His stuff is sound defense. And when they do play sound defense, Dallas defense looks really, really good. When
Common
they don't
sense
beat
football.
themselves by being undisciplined, like they look really good. And we seen like flashes of that in that first half where Washington could not score because the defense was just sound. They just didn't make mistakes. That with the pressure that Mike Zimmer was sending up in there, not giving homeboy time to run and escape, and do all that stuff, like that's the kind of coordinator you need. Now, if you would go out and add some big bodies up in the middle, you'll have your pretty good defense there. Along with getting back some of your guys like Diggs and stuff like that, you have a pretty good defense. Now the offense is where it's where we
That's gonna take some
because
work.
it's a combination. It's a combination of things. It's a combination of play calling, guys, and it's also a combination of execution. Because sometimes Mike calls the right play, it's just poor execution. Like one time he called a sweep play and the tight end gets no contact on the defensive end. None. If he chips him, the guy's gone.
Facts.
All the lineman pulls out. The tight end, all he has to do is bump him.
Stick with him. Stick him.
Like that's execution. Like that's not play calling. That's the right play. You know, in
But
a
shout
light
out.
box, calling a run is the right play.
And man, I want to give a shout out to young fella, man. Josh Butler is his name. That corner, number 31, man. Uh, young fella was
Shout out,
he was
man.
strapping, man. He actually led the team in tackles, 12 tackles, man.
I know because they were going was going at it. They was
So
going at young fella. So yeah.
young fella held his own though. Um, yeah, outside of today, man. And he's a rookie. This is a rookie doing this. Michigan State.
You got him. All you gotta do is just keep him off the practice squad, and you got him.
So it looked like he's
You
been
gonna
a
say,
practice squad player. Looks like because he's kind of older.
yeah,
He's
but you
27,
gotta,
but
but you gotta
he's
keep him off the practice squad because after this film tape, if he
he
go back
got
to the
he
practice
got
squad, he's
he
getting
got
snatched.
yeah, he put some good tape out there today for sure. Uh
As these young women say, he getting flown out. Some team gonna fly him out, boy.
get flued out.
Get a young fella dinner and everything.
He's from the crib. He's from the skeet.
Oh
Oh,
man, no
okay.
wonder.
A Texas boy. You know how the Texas
Got
boys
the
get down?
got the di- got the Texas blood in him.
Yeah, you know how we get down.
Football is a religion down there, boy.
Hey
Down here,
man, don't call it Friday Night Lights for nothing. It gets active down here.
people.
Okay, so young fella, yeah, man, we got to keep him up there. We can't take him down there no more. He got to stay on
No,
the
you
active
gotta send
roster, man.
somebody else, man. You got to send somebody else down there. I know he only came up because Diggs didn't play,
Hmm.
but I imagine Diggs gonna be back next game, and you're
Man,
gonna
man, you can
somebody got
send
to go.
Donovan Wilson down there for all I care. He played like a practice squad player.
Send him and his cigarettes down there.
Hmm. Lead the
Tell him he
trail to the.
he could smoking he could smoke in the dugout. Man, I'm hard on Devin Wilson, man, but he used to show so much promise, man.
No
And
man,
I don't
man,
know.
nah man. We was intoxicated by his hard hitting. We was intoxicated by it, and then and when you actually have to play safety, you actually can't play safety. You got exposed, especially when you had Javon Curse here to help cover up a lot of these mistakes that I'm seeing that he's making now. That man getting exposed. We was in, we was intoxicated with his run defense, and this year that ain't been all that great.
Man,
He taking bad angles and missing
he ain't been
tackles.
nowhere.
So
It just come down to this, man. we're gonna say it like this: if your run defense is trash, it's because people don't want to tackle.
That's what it come down to effort.
When you look at Colorado, they lost to Kansas. The running back for Kansas went off. He's a big stocky joker. He's a big stocky joker. They didn't want to hit him, so when he come through, you see a lot of arm waving. They trying to arm tackle him,
Bad ankles.
trying to trip him up or just trying to grab him. They didn't want to go head up and hit him. Like this is how running backs get off, like Derrick Henry, Montgomery for Detroit, because guys don't want to hit it. That's the only way to stop the run is you have to hit. Now shout out to Malik Hooker because he's the only DB back there that's willing to stick his nose in there and actually hit, and he's our free safety.
Him and Jordan Lewis.
But everybody else, Jordan Lewis go down and get them legs.
And he the
Everybody
smallest
else,
one. He's the
they
smaller
don't
one
want to
out the
hit.
bunch. Yeah.
Like when you see a run defense that's that atrocious, it's because they
That's
scared.
they want to. Or lack thereof will want to.
You're scared. I know because I played football. I seen big old boys run out the backfield, and you looking like,
Business decision.
and he full speed. Like, and I understand where they're coming from because you have to look at it from this aspect. You have a big old running back running full speed at you, and most of the time, as a defender, you're standing still, so you have no momentum. So we're asking you to take on all his momentum at a standstill, and that's you know that's a suicide mission, especially with a big back like a Derrick Henry who's running full speed at you, and you're just standing there waiting. And now you're trying to figure out how you finna embrace him. Like, man, can I die for his legs? Can I? All this is running through your head. All this is running through your head. Like, can I do? Can I do this? Can I? Man, I wonder. Can I?
Man, it's gonna have to just come to, well, to play defense, man, to be honest with you, man, you gonna have to be off a little bit. You gotta be a little delusional. Especially when it comes to, facing them type of backs or threats like physical threats like that. You have to kind of just be delusional
It
and
just comes
meet
down
that.
to
You have to meet that
you can't. You
force with
cannot.
force.
You cannot be scared. Like people who are afraid, they're gonna do one or two things. Either they're gonna shy away from whatever's coming, or some people who are afraid they end up meeting it head on.
Head on.
See, some people
Facts.
fight when they're afraid,
Hmm.
and some people run when they're afraid. It's the same thing as you was growing up as a kid. Somebody's trying to fight you. You're gonna do one or two things. Either you're gonna fight or you're gonna run.
Flight. Yeah. Fight or flight. That's facts.
And so you really see a character,
To keep
especially
from.
like trench work guys. Like you see their character. Like if you see a defensive guy who would hit anybody, you don't want to fight that individual.
Nah, that's
He
Black
will
Force energy.
he
That-
will fight you.
That's Black Force energy there. You don't want to fight that. You leave that alone.
He will fight you. It's either fight or flight. Like that's why I gave Trayvon Diggs credit last week because he was actually out there sticking his nose in there. Now I understand where they're coming from because you don't pay cornerbacks to tackle. You don't pay them to tackle. That's not why they get paid. They get paid to cover. Cornerbacks are built like gazelles. They built for agility, to be slim, to be able to run like a receiver, only doing it backwards. That's why cornerback is the second hardest position to play outside of quarterback. Because I'm asking my corner to cover a guy, but I need you to cover him running backwards, not knowing which way he's going. And so I do understand from that aspect, like, yeah, hey man, I ain't really built for to be hitting like that. Like, I'm 190. He 240. Like, I ain't built like that. My
but
frame
but
ain't really built. So,
but it makes you kind of look a little bad when you have Jordan Lewis, who's what 5'7", 5'9".
no, I'm not no, I'm not saying you
It's
shouldn't. It's the effort. I'm not
yeah.
saying that you shouldn't. I'm saying I understand like where you coming from
Now you shouldn't
when
lead
you
the
are out.
team in tackles or nothing like that. But when it's in your right there where you are, you got to participate.
But when it's right
But
there, like make an effort.
right,
Now no, you're not built like a linebacker. Now linebacker is built for head on collision.
right.
Like that's why they get paid. They get paid to hit stuff. Now your linebackers, they should never shy away from contact because they're literally built for it. They 250 pounds, muscle, and now these linebackers are running running
Four
fast.
three,
Like
4-4.
like they're built for it. As a cornerback, you're not built for that. I'm not built for head on collision. So I understand that, but we need participation from the corners. And Dallas, we need this man on the defensive side of the ball. We need a guy. We need a disruptor, a guy.
Uh,
And I think we have one. I think will be even better next year. I think it's overshown, but a guy who just disrupt plays, like no matter what it is, no matter if it's a pass, a run, he's just irritant. He's just disruptive, and we need a guy like that. I was hoping it was going to be Micah Parsons, but he is only infatuated with rushing the passer. Like if it ain't that, you don't really see Micah really going hard.
yeah, I think Overshawn is going to be that guy. We have to remember this is he missed his rookie season due to injury, so this is his first year
Facts.
playing. So once he gets down, the nuances of it, on this level, I think he will be that guy, that disruptor, for sure. Especially with that speed, man, that closing speed is impeccable, man. You can't coach that. Um, but I think he will be that guy. Now I think we still, man, we need a one technique or a three technique in that middle, man, because it's it's
Oh no, for
awful.
sure. The
Because
the guts
Mozzie
of the
is,
guts of the D line,
I mean, my
it's
land.
atrocious.
I mean, that guy there,
Like Cowboy fans, next time you watch the game,
that guy
watch how
is
long.
trash.
I watched it numerous of times. Like how long it takes for them to get off the ball. Like a lot of
If they
plays
get
could
off
be
the ball,
made if they just would get their big tail off the ball. He said hut. The lineman's already up blocking. Now he raises up and try to go. Like there's no explosion off the
at
ball.
all, at all.
And now you're wondering like why you getting driven back because you haven't raised up and got off the ball.
You so slow off the ball.
As a D lineman, like you have to be able to get up off the ball quick. This is what makes Micah Parsons a really good pass rusher Because if it's get off, he can get off quickly. But our
No,
interior, man, just ain't.
because I mean, and that'll also help Overshown even disrupt more, man. Because if
I
you
mean, I think it help all our linebackers. Like when they were doing stuff, like you see Kendricks, you see Overshown them, they making tackles. But if you getting blown off the ball and you getting pushed back into the linebackers,
linebackers, or they ain't made it to
hard
the
to make
second
plays.
level. Because that guy there, man. Let me see how many more years he got.
Like, but
What's this? His second year? Let me see if he got any more years left on his deal. Because that guy needs to be cut.
he got some more. He got some more years.
Let me see what his deal is.
I think he got one more year, and then it's a team option. I think.
Man, they need to eat that, bro. Get that guy up out of here, man. Because like he don't show no promise. I can understand like you made some boneheaded plays here and there, but he don't show no promise.
Well, he
Unless
just
do
has
you
bad
see it? Or
habits. Well, yeah, like if he gets off the ball, he's effective. So like one play, he blew the running back up because he got off the ball quick, and I'm like, yeah, like that's what you need to do because you are strong. Like if you get up off the ball, you could be a disruptive guy. Like, but
man, this man got 2 more
when you
years,
build
man.
bad when you build bad habits. So in college, he was just stronger than everybody. So it
Hmm.
didn't matter when he got off the ball. But when you get to the pros and them linemen are just as strong as you are,
Man,
it
you
comes
need
technique matters. You're not gonna be able to cut him, man. Not next year anyway.
y'all count against 7 million against the cap next year if we cut him post June post let me see post June 1st cut. Oh, if we do it after June 1st, it's 6 million against the cap.
They not. I don't think they're gonna cut it, man.
Man, gotta get that man. That'd be bad for the locker room, man. Yeah, that's a council, man. That type of
I don't
effort.
think they put much. I don't think they put. I don't think they put much on young fella.
Man, that type of effort.
Um,
Like that man ain't got no effort, man. He came in all huffing and puffing like he Mr. Big Bad Wolf, and he got in here and he getting pushed back all on the ring end.
I mean, just it's just his technique is bad because he lazy. Like he's been lazy. So like in high school, college, he can get away with it because he was stronger. In the pros, guys are just as strong as him. So he
Cause
needs
I,
his technique to really be effective.
cause I know the heels on his cleats be worn down by the
And
end of the
he ain't got no
game.
technique. He's just lazy.
All his cleats, the heel on his cleats be gone at the end of the game.
I know linebackers be mad. Like man, stay out of my lap.
Somebody need to take a picture of the heel on his
They can
cleat at
put
the end of the game. It's gonna be worn down like a tire. It's gonna be bald
he
like a
probably ain't
tire.
got no cleats on, man. He out there moving like he playing in flip flop. You know how old dude was moving on Martin when Martin tried to sub old dude into the game. they said they said old dude was the MVP of the Final Four, but it was only
Oh,
14.
4 teams. You in? Oh yeah.
They sub they subbed no dude in. Old dude got out there, boy. He couldn't even lift his feet off the ground. That's Mozzie.
I know he ain't got no more cleat left. I know he don't. Let's see out there playing in rubber
He just
cleats. You know the rubber cleats you ain't got no.
lazy. He just lazy. Like when he does have like a play, you be like, yeah. and he just reverts back to the old, like, I'm getting off the ball. But like some plays, like he explode off the ball, sack, hit the running back in the backfield. He blows the play up, and it's like, man, like you have it, like you just lazy.
bro. I mean,
Like you just
cause,
lazy.
cause last year, man, we was saying okay, he just ain't had the opportunity. He had, he had players in front of him. This year, you getting all the reps, and
Well, no, we didn't say that last year. Last year we was just like he gonna get better. He get a year under his belt. He gonna really adjust to the game speed, and he'll be better. And you know
negative.
we ain't seen it. We just ain't seen it, man.
And man, we got to talk about this special teams, man. We
Garbage.
we can't block now. We can't block for field goals or punts. Just just out the wazoo.
I
It
don't know
just
what John Foster doing. I don't know what he doing.
and he got to go. He out there gambling and
Like, okay, they blocked it. They they blocked it once. I get it. They blocked it once. They seen something on film on your coverage that they
mhm,
can exploit. Cool. Now as a coach, you go look on the tablet and see exactly where they came in from, and
in
you
real time,
fix it. You make
real
an
time.
adjustment. Say, okay, oh, they come in there. No, they come back out and almost block it again. Make your kicker have to rush the kick. He misses because you don't make an adjustment.
And then on the punt, I mean, like like up the middle. It's not even like on around the
He should have
edge.
been.
It's
He
up
should
there.
have been. He should have been. He should have been in mass protection on the punt.
Mm-hmm.
They lined up going for the block. It looked like they was lined up going for the
Going
block.
to the block instead of them call in for max protect,
You should have got into the max
and you left
protection.
your long snapper all alone. Of course, he's going to be the last one off the ball, and so they double down on him.
Max protect. Max protect would give you three guys in front of the
Mm-hmm.
punter, which would give him that extra 2 seconds to get the ball off.
See, it's that type of
But
stuff,
I
man.
don't know what he's doing.
Because that was all a Randy Ray, John Bones. What's his name? Fossil, John Bones Fossil.
John Falk. Uh,
Yeah, they call him Bones,
I
man.
mean he is, yeah. I mean he's good, just ain't smart.
Come on, bro.
Like
How you gonna be that?
I don't know people. I don't know people out there. I'm finna explain it. I don't know if people out there ever met a book smart person who's really
Mm.
smart, but they lack common sense. Like they can tell you whatever's in the book. They can break down whatever problem. Like they was really really smart, but they lack like reality common sense. Like I don't know if you. I When I went to college, I ran into a lot of them. A lot of smart, like we would call them growing up nerds. Like smart, like would get hundreds on every test, like just smart. But when it came to like common sense stuff, they were dingy. They just couldn't. It just didn't compete with a lot of NFL coaches. Like they're smart, but no common sense dwells inside their brain. They're too busy trying to figure out common sense when it's just common sense. Like it ain't nothing to figure out. It's just
Like
common sense.
in their minds,
Like
this
the
cannot
stove
be
is,
this simple.
yeah,
It just
yeah.
can't be
Like
this
how can
simple.
I compute this? Like let me see if I can figure it out. Like it ain't nothing to figure out. Like the stove on, don't touch it. How long has it been on? I mean, can we? Like it ain't nothing to figure out. Just common sense. John Foster over there like, so did they come in like did somebody just miss his block or did they hmm. He's out there trying to figure it out instead of just saying let's fix it. They got in too easy. They evidently they seen the leakage on film.
Oh my goodness.
Man, but Cowboy fans, man, don't get your hopes up, man.
Mm-mm.
You see
Team
how bad
Tank.
we look today, man. This game was despicable.
Team
It was
Tank is
despicable,
still in
man.
effect. Still in effect. Who we play?
I called Jonathan in the middle of the game, man, and asked him what was going on. I mean, both teams was atrocious.
Man, it was ugly. This was
I mean,
ugly. This, this was
block
not
field
beautiful.
goals, fumbles, everything.
This was not beautiful football at all. At all.
And then Mike McCarthy tracks Trey Lance out there for a play, for an obvious play. Everyone and their mama knew what was finna go on. They knew you were finna do a run with him. And then you didn't even do a smart one. Why not just do an RPO where you can give him an option to where he can run or he can hand it off?
Or even throw it. You in the red zone.
They see him come out there.
You in the red zone.
I'm scared of him. I'm scared of him throwing that ball, boy, because it ain't gonna be accurate.
Well, I mean, if you gonna have him out there, man, you you, you gotta at least give him that option, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, I don't want him out there.
Y'all
Just
try y'all try to act like that. Y'all ain't see that boy throwing them slants. He was throwing them slants over people's head
we're gonna
with
get
six,
somebody
seven
ribs
yard
broke.
slants. Y'all try to act like y'all didn't see it.
Oh man,
But
this is
I'm
atrocious.
afraid that Cowboys gonna be trying to win games, man. Because I think we're gonna win our next game. We play Giants on
Yeah, we
Thanksgiving.
played them on Thanksgiving, man. Uh,
The defense
I'm,
is gonna be healthy for the most part, besides DeMarcus Lawrence.
any word on if he's coming back
Offense,
or if he's gonna stay out or
I mean, I think he's gonna come back eventually. I think he started his. I actually think Brandon Cooks is coming back.
I thought Brenda Cook
I
dialed
think
it
they
in. He
held him
like,
out
look,
because
I see where this is going. I'm sick. I am sick, and I can't get rid of it.
the short week. You know the guys, man. They don't know no better, man. They trying to win. They don't care
Yeah,
nothing about what we need
well,
to do.
I mean, and that's just part of being an athlete, man. You know, both of us play ball at one point. You trying to win. If I'm out here, man, I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to dial it in, man. Whether we realistically got a chance or not. You even got Michael Parsons saying on his podcast talking about he thinks they're a very good team. It's just it's just kind of just the delusion in you, man. You want to compete. Well, some of them out there do, and some of them out there, man, they don't know what's going on. Like Tyler Garden, man, and they gonna redshirt him for the well, he can't redshirt him, but sit him down for the rest of the year to put in whoever they put in after him. Because I'm just gonna start calling him DK as a job killer. So if you ever hear me feature, and I say DK, that's who I'm talking about. That's the job killer right there.
Or BD, big dummy, big and dumb, man. How you keep doing the same penalty over
Over
and
and
over
over.
again? You're off sides.
Somebody
You're
should
off. Size.
I know they don't do this no more, but somebody need to grab his face mask while he got his helmet on and just ring it.
That's the old school way. That's the old school way. They would grab
That's
your face
that's
mask
that's
and
where
just
I
shake you
grew up.
and
That's
have
where
you
we that's where we grew up there.
and have your head dizzy,
Yeah. Hey your
and then
face
ask you, "Do
hey
you
your
get
face
it,
mask.
son?"
Hey your face mask. That way.
Man, your helmet be on sideways. You be trying. You can't turn it back. You gotta try to take it out.
The chin strap scratch you all up and down your nose. trying to take that trying to take the helmet off. No man.
Man, don't have no paper chin strap.
Ooh,
Ooh.
boy, those are worst, boy. Those are the worst. They don't protect nothing, but it hurts, boy. Boy, it scratch you like no other.
Boy,
They don't
don't
protect
have no paper
nothing.
chin strap, boy.
I'm like, boy,
Cause just
well,
your look, you finna get chin check.
you gonna feel every bit of that. You feeling every bit of it.
Like I wasn't a big mouthpiece guy, but I was a big chin strap guy. And I would put like extra cushion inside my chin strap when I got a nice chin strap. Cause boy,
Hey, well, y'all gotta
I
think
am a
about
big
it,
chin strap guy. But I
cause we played ball in DISD. DISD and had that we ain't had the money they got now. We had paper chin strap. We had
but
paper chin strap.
if for those who don't know what we're talking about, it's a real thin chin strap they would issue you when you played in school. So for anybody who's played in the inner city, probably know about those chin straps. If you played back in, they probably don't do it now, but back in the day, that's what you got, right? Like you got very minimum. Like some schools would give you a jock strap, so you had to get out of wearing that jock strap.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get all up in you.
That jock strap would get in you. One drop of sweat get on that booty. That jock strap going in that booty. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, you looking like Mike Tyson
I
pre-fight.
had team. I had team. I had teammates, man, out there. I mean, they got their whole hand in there trying to get this jock strap in the middle of practice.
He,
They pulling for dear life.
he, ain't- he ain't coming out smelling like caca.
And gonna have the audacity to do this when you
Then they want to
you
slap
want
hands.
to like you
They want they want to slap hands. Then
rub your hands, man.
like, I want to slap him. I want to slap you.
we finna now we finna share the ball. Like go man, go wash your hands. I'm like, man, you need to get up out that job. I mean,
Oh,
one guy got kicked off. One guy got kicked off the team, man, and left his jock in the locker.
oh, come on, bro.
And guess who? Guess who got to get the jocks out the locker?
Freshman,
We do, freshmen.
freshman.
We got to keep the locker room clean. For those who from the Dallas era, you know about Mayo. Don't play, especially with the locker room being dirty. He come in there and that locker room filthy. It's finna be something to pay.
Somebody about to die.
He gonna run you. He finna run you to your feet, literally come off you. We ran so much one day, boy. I didn't know if I was coming or going. Boy, he ran us down. For those who know, like we literally ran to Forster Field to Skyline. We had to do it 3 times. For those who know how far it is, while he's following you in his car.
At that Lincoln Town car.
It was burgundy.
Burgundy.
But
Yep.
those,
And kept it clean.
like, we had got in so much trouble, ran us like a dog, and they had to come back and practice.
Hmm. Just, just real quick, man. I
That
gotta
jock
show
strap
this.
was in that locker.
It's wrong. And this is the old school chin strap we were speaking about. The paper
That's
chin
the
strap.
old school one. I
That's
call it
what
the
we
paper chin strap because it's literally like rough paper, like a piece of cardboard paper. For those who don't know, if you're a little bit younger, you might not have the experience
nah,
with
they got the nice
those type
fancy plastic
of
hard
chin
plastic
strap.
ones now. That's what they have now.
Now we had to go purchase them ourselves.
So, yeah.
They didn't issue them. So either your mom and them gonna go get you one, or you gotta try to hustle up and find a way to get you one. In the meantime, you got that paper one on.
That's what you
You getting jacked up.
facts. And man, and some of us even had these. Some of us even had them. It didn't even cover your whole full chin.
Ooh, yeah, I remember them.
Some of us
I remember
had
the holes
those.
out. They got the two holes in it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, don't know nothing about that.
Like rough.
Nah,
Wearing
they
these
don't.
big old bulky shoulder pads.
Boy, they don't know nothing about that. They got them slim and custom now.
It wasn't no such thing as fitted shoulder pads. It was one for all.
You gotta adjust
So
it.
on alignment, it looks normal. On a skills player, it looks ridiculous. All you hear is clack 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 as you running. Clack 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 clack. Sound like a bad manifold. Man, it was rough, boy. And I remember one time, tell y'all this story. I was playing middle school ball, man. I was playing for Story, and we went to play Pearl C. Anderson. For those who know,
Oh man.
Stories in Oak Cliff. Pearl C is in South Dallas.
No, Percy is in South Dallas. Yeah. No, Percy is
So
in. Yeah.
Pearl C. South Dallas,
Yeah.
cause they leave there, go to Lincoln.
Lincoln. Yeah.
So they actually got some freshmen from Lincoln to play on their team. We didn't know at the time, but we kind of figured because they was really big, man. And when I
Common
say they were
practice.
hitting us, boy, homeboy Neil, they hit him so hard, his earpiece came out of his helmet, but his helmet was still on. God, we didn't know how it got out of there. How did your earpiece even get out? Like you normally have to take your helmet off to get your earpiece out of there. We didn't even know how it got out of his helmet. They when I say they were knocking the fire out of us, they were knocking the fire. Now they didn't bust it until the end of the season. Then they came out and took that win away from them, and we actually got the win because they were disqualified for having freshmen on the team. But man, when I say they was knocking the fire out of us,
You know how hard you
they
got to
hit
hit
him
some.
so hard.
You know how hard you got to hit somebody to knock the to knock your earpiece
And
loose.
Neil, if you see this, Ne- Neil, if you see this story, man, we seventh graders. So just imagine freshmen playing against seventh graders. We
Got
seventh
the money.
graders. Neil, if you see this story, you remember somebody picked up your earpiece and brought it to you, and we were trying to figure out how to get out. Your helmet, and your helmet was still on. You know how it got out of there. And boy, did that strike fear. Cause man, what kind of hit are y'all doing?
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm.
Man,
Nah, man, they were
just a
known for
quick story about the
doing that
playing
over there,
days,
man.
man. They were
They
dirty for that, man.
they were dirty for that, man. Yeah, I remember days. They was they was playing them down. Yeah, Percy was like that. What's that middle school in West Dallas?
Shoot. West Dallas, West Dallas.
Was that West
I
Dallas?
just had
Isn't it? I can't remember, but they was known for that too. Um,
I can only think of high schools in West Dallas for some reason. Like
yeah, I
I
know
immediately
Pinkston
thought of
over there.
Pinkston.
They were dirty too.
Man, Pinkston was just regulars, boy. They just would be fighting up there, just be fighting, boy.
Fighting. Hey, yeah, it's just full of probation. Everybody on probation. I'm there.
Pinkston
Out
wasn't
there,
gonna never be good at sports.
they all out there playing with ankle monitors on,
No
full
cap.
beards. Hey, now that was niggas.
Who
That's
are
what that
these
was.
niggas?
Tho-
Who are these niggas? We gotta stay
That,
away from them.
those was niggas there. Nah, they weren't black for those was niggas there.
that ain't no cap. Like growing up, man. Like we're from the DFW area, so obviously we Cowboys fans, man. And man, it was a little rough, man. Remember though? I don't know if y'all remember those state fair days, man. Like man, you taking a risk going, man.
It's still
If you
like that,
using your
bro.
ticket and going, you taking a risk.
It's still like that to this day. They shot it up this year on their Friday.
That's ridiculous.
And we've been out of school, what, 10 plus years?
Yeah.
Well, I know for me,
Wow.
almost 10, because next year is dang, next year I'll be out of school 20 years, bro.
18. So I've been out about 13, 14 years.
Yeah, next year will be my 20 year reunion. Sheesh, got the money. But yeah, man, they still like that here, man. Uh, but you never don't want to go on that Friday, man, because it's something bound to go down there.
Man, we went, man. Me and partners of mine, man, we stayed in Oak Cliff. We rode the bus to the fair. Use our ticket.
I don't know. I still don't know how y'all did
And
that,
it was
man.
wow.
But mom and dad were letting you get away with everything around that time. I couldn't go. Man, I wish I would even ask, man. They be letting you get away
It
with
was
murder, boy.
reckless abandon. I was 13 years old, man. Out should had no business being out at no 13 years old. Out 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mischievous up to no good.
Yeah, we was doing some stuff, man, yeah, boy. Yeah, we doing some stuff we weren't supposed to be doing.
But man, um, shout out to Cooper Rush, man. Cooper Rush did his thing, man. Get back on top of it, man. Cooper Rush did his thing.
Yeah,
They played good, man. I hate to win because I'm looking for the future. I'm looking towards the future, man. Um, Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be another win. If you seen the Giants play today,
yeah. Becca gave them the
they
business,
probably
man.
they probably the worst team in the NFL because Carolina gave Kansas City all they can handle.
Yeah,
Carolina to Kansas City. It took a field goal to beat Carolina. That's why I said we're gonna lose to them. But man, we'll see, man. We'll be back in this thing, man. man, we'll be back in this thing, man, going live, man, on the next Cowboys game, man. Hang in there, y'all. It's been a rough year, man. Y'all hang in there, man. We here every step of the way, man. Man, go tell a friend, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. We here, man. We here for you.
Y'all most definitely, man. Y'all keep y'all eyes on the prize. We are Team Tank. Like
All
Dan
day.
said, we're here for the long haul. Let's keep our eyes on the prize and let that be known. Sports.
For sure.
And we'll holler at y'all next time, man. Peace.